got a package today with some universal motor mounts. Let's see what these things look like. Hopefully I can make these work. Apparently these are for like LS swaps, but I don't see why it would be any different for what I'm trying to do here. So I'm gonna try to make these work. Hopefully I have enough room to work with. I know I have room on the passenger side, but driver's side is kind of tight. But actually I do have to lift the engine a little bit higher. I thought I had it placed properly, but then I realized that the whole transmission shifted since I had the transmission mount loosened. It shifted and it closed up the gap here, so there's no play, and I don't really like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the engine slightly and push it forward, and then start making the mounts. Also, Smokey's brother Mark came through and he re-drilled us the holes to match the current torque converter on the original 2009 Crown Vic transmission. So he made it perfect. It's actually better than it was OEM. There's less play than there was on the OEM holes. So that's awesome. Thanks, Mark. Alright, I think we have our first custom motor mount built on the driver's side. Well, it's almost built. I've got it mocked up, but I have to weld it. So right now I'm just gonna tighten that main bolt and take it off and get it welded, and basically the driver's side mount will be complete. I'm not sure if I'm gonna powder coat it or just spray paint it. Most likely just gonna spray paint it because I don't want to wait that long for powder coating and stuff like that. So alright, let's get it welded. So here's the mount. Again, I bought these off Amazon. I think they're for LS universal motor mounts, but I was able to cut it down and just cut around it and cut the ears that come with it. They're too big, so I cut them down and bolted this on, and I have the plate that bolts onto the block on the new Godzilla. And what I'm gonna do now is, I've got it marked. What I'm gonna do now is weld the ears onto the plate, and then I can take this bolt out, put the plate back on the block, and put the mount itself onto the subframe. It looks funny, but it's gonna be super strong. This plate is very thick. I don't even know what the thickness of it is. I didn't measure it, but it's very thick. So it'll be a pretty good setup. It should work. Just to show you the comparison to what actually came in the box. I have not modified the passenger side yet, so here it is. This is what it looks like out of the box, and that's what I got after I modified it. The driver's side on this setup is a little bit tight because of the steering rod going up, so it's not much room to work with. But the passenger side should be much easier, but that's what it is. And the way I have it is I welded a nut on the inside, drilled a hole on the bottom, and I'm gonna have the bolt going from the bottom up. I think that's gonna be plenty of strength. All right, let's get this thing welded and installed. All right, so I'm not a professional welder or anything, so don't judge my welding skills. I'm learning. Normally you would just tack it and try again, make sure it fits, but I think I'm just gonna sand it and hope for the best. Let's do it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll remove this bolt and the mount so I can get around on both sides. So that's what I'll do. Bam. Oh man, hopefully it didn't. Okay, it still fits good. That's good. Look at these dimes. I'm kidding. Man, it doesn't look too bad. This one is actually decent. Yeah, this side's not bad. This one is, I've seen better. Not bad, and it fits. So, that's good. Alright, let's continue. So, I am now working on the passenger side custom motor mount. First step, I'm gonna, like I said, trim around it, because this base is just way too big for what I need. I'm gonna trim around it, drill a hole right in the center here, weld another nut on this side, and this part will be done, and then what I'm gonna do is trim the ears to the proper length and weld them on, and that's what you get right there. Custom mount. It's not bad. It's gonna look better when it's painted. Right now it's ugly, but it's great. Let's do it. Alright, passenger side motor mount, custom made. All I have to do is just weld this up and it'll be all set. Let's get it welded. Looking good. See if it still fits. Fits. It sits. Bam. Hot. Alright. Done welding for today. So here's what the passenger side motor mount looks like, all welded up. The welds look pretty good to me. May not be perfect, but I know it's gonna hold for sure. I'm about to mount it back up onto the car, and that'll be it for this video, I think. After that, I'm gonna leave the engine mounted. I'm just gonna remove the transmission and put the flywheel back in and a torque converter, and then assemble it back. And hopefully in the next video we're gonna be lowering this body back down onto the frame, and we're gonna check the clearance up here, make sure we have room. I've got to make sure to remove these hooks here, front and rear. I don't think I want them on there. They may not be in the way, but I just don't want it on there. But that's it. Custom mounts successfully built. So there it is, the passenger side motor mount installed. and mounted in place. Custom made. I was not able to make the original mounts work. They were just too big. So this was my idea. I know it's gonna hold with no issues. Some people might say I did it wrong. I just don't see any other way to do it. At the moment, maybe later I'll have a better idea, but I think it's perfect. They look good to me. And so in the next episode, we'll be removing those again. And I don't know if I'm gonna powder coat or paint, because I don't know if I'll be able to remove the bushings out of the mount. When I powder coat, I have to bake them, and when I bake them, it's gonna melt the bushings. So if I can remove the bushings, I'd rather powder coat it. It'll be better. It'll be more OEM looking. And if I can't remove the bushings, I'm just gonna primer it and spray paint it black and just be done with it. I mean, it'll be good either way, but that's it. I think it looks pretty good. All right. Until next time. Later.